Some cars are so cursed, even their dealership signs feel guilty. According to Consumer Reports, these 17 rides are the automotive version of clicking "I agree" without reading the terms. Because once you buy them, you're locked into a regret contract with zero escape clauses. Let's begin, but not with a car, with a trap. Because the first car isn't just unreliable, it's misleading. It looks bold, drives flashy, and carries a $44,000 price tag. But behind the muscle, weak knees. You'd think a car that costs more than the average annual salary would at least function properly, right? Nope. The Blazer's got that Instagram filter energy. Looks great from afar, but up close, oof. The 2020 to 2021 models especially, random engine stalling like it's just done with life. Electrical glitches that make the infotainment feel like it's haunted. Crash test results that are just awkward. And don't let the 20 miles per gallon fuel efficiency fool you. That's bad. That's "I commute once and I'm broke" bad. The cherry on top, insurance premiums that'll make you question your life choices. But if you thought the Blazer was a high-priced problem, wait till you hear about a luxury SUV that costs almost twice as much and delivers half the peace of mind. Starts at $53,000, stretches to $88,000 if you're feeling wild. But here's the twist. What you're buying isn't just a car, it's a recall simulator. From electrical issues to airbag failures, the Aviator is basically cosplaying as a luxury ride while breaking down like a Craigslist special. And the 18 miles per gallon combined fuel economy? That's not luxury, that's burning money. And despite its high price, it still underperforms next to the BMW X5 or Audi Q7, aka the competition that actually does what luxury cars are supposed to do. Volvo sells itself as the safety brand. And yeah, the crash ratings are solid, but nobody warned us that just driving the XC60 feels like a gamble. The 2024 model alone? 3 major recalls, transmission problems, infotainment glitches, driver assist failures. Even your safety features need a therapist in this one. And with a $53,000 price tag, the reliability should be ironclad. Instead, it's held together with vibes and faith. The Rivian R1T had one job: be the cool electric truck of the future. But it forgot one crucial step: working. With a $71,700 starting price and up to $117,000 for the top tier, this thing should make espresso and complement your outfit. Instead, you get software bugs, suspension issues, delayed repairs, and charging limitations thanks to Rivian's exclusive connector. Even with a 314-mile range, it's like having a Tesla with commitment issues. Now imagine dropping $50,000 on a car that shuts down because Google said so. Yeah, we're going there next. The Polestar 2 is beautiful until the infotainment freezes mid-drive, until the battery glitches shut down your high-voltage system, until you realize you spent $50,000 on a car that can't outmatch a 3-year-old Tesla Model 3. EPA range? 270 miles. Ride quality? Stiff. Customer support? Sparse. Repair costs? Laughably high. And while it looks like the future, it often drives like beta software, as if you're the unpaid intern testing it out. But hey, if you're gonna throw money at a problem, why not throw it off a mountain while you're at it? Because next, we're talking about an SUV that looks built for the wild, but breaks down before it ever leaves the pavement. The Ford Bronco was hyped like it was going to resurrect American adventure culture. Instead, it resurrected 2005-era build quality. Here's what owners actually got: transmission issues that slip like butter on a skillet, noisy engines that sound more tractor than trail, cracked fuel injectors that could literally cause fires, and a cheap-feeling interior that starts falling apart before your first camping trip. And let's not forget the roof panels, a selling point that turns into a rattling regret machine above 60 miles per hour. Fuel economy? 17 miles per gallon. Highway ride? Loud and bouncy. Comfort level? Somewhere between a shopping cart and a lawnmower. Still think that's bad? Now imagine a car that's just fine, until you actually try to drive it. Buick wanted to make the Encore the ultimate city car: compact, comfy, and affordable. Instead, they delivered a vehicle that's about as reliable as your friend who swears they're on their way. Here's the Encore's greatest hits. A 1.4-liter turbo engine that has the power of a smoothie blender. Transmission issues that show up just after the warranty ghosts you. Electrical problems, AC meltdowns, and infotainment confusion. Yes, it starts at just $26,000, but it racks up repair bills like it's trying to win a contest. The worst part? Even basic safety features feel like add-ons rather than standards. It's a car that makes you say, hey, maybe I'll just Uber. But okay, those were compact disasters. What if you're looking for a big, beefy family hauler that lets you tow, haul, and flex on the road? Well, here's the one you definitely shouldn't pick, unless you enjoy low MPG and high mechanic bills. The Durango is the gym bro of SUVs. Looks tough, sounds mean, but try to take it seriously? You'll find out it's just all protein, no balance. Sure, it can tow like a beast and hit 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds if you spring for the Hellcat version, but let's talk about real life. 15 miles per gallon. That's premium fuel consumption on a ramen budget. Engine failures, exhaust manifold issues, and the classic Dodge tick. Safety scores? Below average. Interior tech? Outdated. Resale value? More like, please take it. It's a vehicle designed for performance that forgets it's going to be parked in school zones and grocery lots 90% of the time. But if you think the Durango's disappointing, wait till we bring in a true icon, one that somehow became famous and infamous at the same time. The Wrangler is the car everyone thinks they want, until they actually own one. Because unless you're living life in constant 4x4 mud mode, this thing is a chore to daily drive. Consumer reports and owner complaints point to wandering steering that makes every highway drive feel like a boss level, electrical gremlins, rust issues, and interior noise levels that rival leaf blowers, multiple recalls, including fuel lines and airbag defects, poor crash safety despite its tough guy appearance. You're basically trading daily comfort and reliability for the occasional cool Instagram post in the mountains. If you're not an off-road warrior, the Wrangler's downsides stack up quick, and the 19 miles per gallon just rubs salt in the wound. Up next, what happens when you buy a luxury SUV that thinks it's a supermodel but acts like a soap opera? You see it from across the parking lot. Sleek, elegant, that Jaguar badge gleaming in the sun. But get in? You're not in a luxury vehicle, you're in an emotional support group on wheels. The Jaguar F-Pace starts at $58,300, which buys you infotainment gremlins that crash harder than your laptop during finals, oil consumption that rivals a fryer at KFC, fuel pump failures that strand you like an abandoned side quest. And this isn't just owner complaints. Jaguar's recall history includes brake system defects, and the brand ranked 29th out of 32 manufacturers in a major reliability survey. The worst part? When it does drive properly, it feels amazing, which only makes the constant breakdowns feel more insulting. It's like dating someone who's great on your birthday and terrible the rest of the year. Now, if Jaguar let you down, how about a truck with Frontier in the name, but reliability that belongs in the past? The Nissan Frontier should be a solid mid-size truck, rugged, simple, dependable. But for years, it felt more like a nostalgia piece than a workhorse. Models from 2005 to 2010 and 2013 to 2018 were packed with problems. Transmission failures, faulty airbags, paint that chipped like a discount toy car, stiff rides, and a meh interior that looked like it was designed by fax machine. Even newer models like the 2023 still lag behind competitors like the Toyota Tacoma or Ford Ranger in terms of refinement and tech. Fuel economy, 18 miles per gallon. Brake recalls? Yep. Production? Slowing down until its planned end in 2025. If you're buying a Frontier today, you're basically buying the last season of a show that should have been canceled 5 years ago. But hey, at least the Frontier is honest about what it is. The next vehicle? It pretends to be the future and fails right now. On paper, the Pacifica Hybrid is perfect. Roomy, quiet, gets 82 mpg, qualifies for a $7,500 tax credit. So what's the problem? Let's start with this: 67,000 recalled units. Owners report frozen screens, charging systems that just stop charging, EV batteries that glitch out like a corrupted save file, and a defective wiring connector that can cause the car to stall in traffic. And remember, this is a family minivan, one designed to carry kids, groceries, life. You don't want to worry that it's going to suddenly shut off on a highway merge? The 2023 version tried to fix things. It just brought more problems. So yeah, fuel efficient? Sure. Reliable for a growing family? Not so much. Next up, the car that's somehow both cheap and a money pit at the same time. The Jetta is a compact sedan that always looked like a smart choice. Sleek design, decent MPG, fun to drive. But the devil? It's in the maintenance logs, transmission failures, electrical issues, fuel system defects, and more recalls than you can count on two hands. Older models, 2006, 2009, 2019, are especially cursed. Even the DSG transmission, which is supposed to be high-tech, was notorious for jerky shifts and sudden failure. Yes, it starts around $21,995, but when you're shelling out $1,000 plus every few months in repairs, is it really a deal? The 2003 Jetta had power window issues. The 2006 model loved engine misfires. The 2019 version had infotainment glitches and build quality problems. It's a roulette wheel, and the ball always lands on oops. But now, let's talk about a luxury SUV so expensive, it should have come with a therapist. The Range Rover. Sport is the kind of car that makes you feel rich the moment you see it. But when you own it, it's like paying $120,000 to be part of a reliability experiment gone wrong. Consumer Reports roasted it. High maintenance costs, electrical nightmares, transmission issues, and software bugs that feel like they're coded by raccoons. Worst years? 2006 to 2008 and 2013. But let's be honest, even newer ones aren't safe. They require specialized service and parts. They cost more than an actual used car. Yes, it rides smooth. Yes, it looks incredible. But unless you've got a mechanic on speed dial, this SUV is just a rolling bill. And that brings us to the bottom three, aka the Hall of Fame for regret purchases. These aren't just bad cars. These are warning signs on wheels. At first glance, the Fiat 500L looks quirky, fun, and affordable. Starting around $24,000, it tries to sell you on European flair with compact utility. But drive one for more than a week, and it becomes a masterclass in disappointment. Here's what you're really getting. Transmission failures that feel like a toddler trying to shift gears. Engine stalling, because why not spice up your morning commute with a breakdown? Interior space that's somehow both too tight and awkwardly roomy. Ride quality so bumpy, you'll wonder if the suspension was built from spaghetti. And let's talk about resale value. Some owners reported losing half the car's value within 3 years. You can literally feel your money evaporating as you drive. Oh, and recalls? Yeah, those too. Airbags, suspension, fuel leaks, you name it. The 500L was discontinued in the US in 2021, which should tell you everything. If you still want one after all that, just go ahead and buy a subscription to AAA while you're at it. Now imagine paying luxury truck money for a vehicle that can't even get the basics right. The Sierra 1500 is marketed as a dependable, strong, capable pickup. But for a lot of owners, it's just a high-priced headache on 4 wheels. Prices range from $38,945 to nearly $87,000, depending on the trim. And for that kind of money, you'd expect a solid workhorse. Instead, you get transmission failures that show up like uninvited guests, steering issues so bad they literally trigger safety recalls, engine block heater defects that risk fires, and brake system malfunctions that are as terrifying as they sound. Even Consumer Reports recommends looking at the Silverado 1500 instead, which is not only cheaper, but often more reliable. Fuel economy, 17 miles per gallon, maintenance costs, sky high, insurance premiums, higher than your hope for this truck lasting 100,000 miles. Sure, it tows. Sure, it looks good. But what's the point if you're constantly wondering what part's gonna fail next? And finally, at number 1, the car that proves cheap doesn't always mean smart. In fact, sometimes it means you just bought a financial time bomb in disguise. The Mitsubishi Mirage is the definition of seemed like a good idea at the time. It's one of the cheapest new cars on the market, with a price tag under $17,000. And that's where the good news ends. This thing comes equipped with a 3-cylinder engine that sounds like a blender full of screws, acceleration so slow you'll get passed by school buses going uphill, cabin materials that feel like leftover Happy Meal plastic, and vibration so intense it's like driving a karaoke machine having a seizure. Crash safety? Bad? Comfort? Worse? Reliability? A roulette wheel with screechy brakes, AC issues, transmission failures, and airbag defects all showing up for the party. According to Consumer Reports and longtime owners, the Mirage doesn't just drive cheap, it lives cheap and dies expensively. And here's the final nail in the coffin. Mitsubishi is discontinuing the Mirage in the US after 2024. So not only is it unreliable, you also get zero future support. Some of these cars were built with good intentions. Others, it's like the engineers left halfway through and said, "Good luck." But every single one of these 17 rides is a reminder that buying a car isn't just about price tags or pretty features. It's about trusting that it won't betray you 6 months in. So if you're shopping for your next ride, steer clear of these. And maybe, just maybe, your wallet, sanity, and driveway will thank you. Subscribe us now for more such video.